What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode of The Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30 and Still Gaming, or 30 NSG, or Mike, whatever you want to call me. On today's show, we're going to talk about... Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I want to lower the music. I want to play the music in the background. I want to know if that's loud enough in the background. Give me a second. Because, look, I made music. You only hear it in the beginning of the show. I want to kind of like put it in the background. Is it playing? Is it there? Yeah, it is. It's just gently in the background, right? That's good, right? Is that a good sound? Because I kind of want to try it in the background, where if you're like listening to it, or if you go dead silent, like you still have something in the background. You don't hear it? Now you can? Okay. Yeah, just something in the background. All right. So on today's show, I'm going to talk a little bit about YouTube, right? Because the reason I'm sharing this with you is because, look, I'm a small content creator. I'm trying to get my channel seen, make content, and do it. And I try to do everything I can to make it more entertaining and stuff, right? I'm not like entertaining like and stuff like that where I'm dancing and doing a bunch of stuff, but I'm just trying to bring news, bring conversation and whatnot. And I've said in the last couple weeks that I feel like YouTube, there's something wrong with YouTube, right? In the afternoons when we're talking to Mr. Luke, I said I think half the people are coming to see my videos. It doesn't seem like my stuff is being shown. And I thought I was going crazy, right? Because everyone's like, oh, it's the algorithm, whatever. But no, something's actually changed behind the scenes. So we're gonna watch Craig from Side Scrollers brings up something here and shows what's happening. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I want to show you what's happening. Because, for instance, WaterBear showed me a video, put it into Discord, and said, hey, we should watch this tomorrow. And it was a Force Gaming video about the lawsuit that's going on with Sony and the one that looks like Horizon Zero Dawn. And when I clicked on it, it was a month old. And I was like, wait a minute, we already discussed this, right? And I try to be on the Daily Grind. We try to talk about stuff within the concurrent, week cycle or what daily, you know what I mean? Like, we're trying to do it, stuff like that. So I was like, why did he... Maybe he just saw that video from a month ago. Okay, so we looked at that, and I went, something's up. This popped up in my feed yesterday with Craig from Side Scrollers. So I'm going to show you a video for that. On today's show, we're going to talk about Jump Space. Okay, they showed, it comes out September 19th, early access, I believe. They got a roadmap. We're going to talk about co-op games. We're going to show you that. We're also going to talk about the Palworld lawsuit with Nintendo patents a system for summoning characters. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to watch the 10-minute-long video of Destiny 2 vid doc of the Lawless Frontier, which is basically Star Wars and Destiny. So we're going to watch that as well. Okay, and we'll have conversations. But I really want to start off with this video from Craig from Side Scrollers, okay? Real quick, I just want to say good morning. Good morning, Eclipse, Roic, Sarge, Jason, Roadkill, what's going on? Good morning. Robert Jones, good morning. Big Mo, Jesse, welcome, good morning. Right, so, oh, and Roadkill, all the links are in the description. Anyone that wants to listen to the music that we've created is down below. You don't have to purchase it, right? You can if you want. You can download it. You can buy it from Apple Music. You can stream it from Spotify. You can listen to it on iHeartRadio. It's across every platform. So if you like the music, you want to support me in some way by listening to it in the car or while you're barbecuing or while you're at work, whatever, it all helps me in the long run. So I do appreciate that. All right. So I want to bring this up. This is Craig from Side Scrollers. Okay. I watch this stuff every once in a while because I like podcasts. Okay. It's a 4-minute video. I want you to watch this, and then I want you to see if your YouTube is doing this as well. Okay?
So I've seen a lot of YouTubers talking about the downtick in their channels based off some changes that YouTube's made. And
now, see, I've noticed this as well, and I went, something's different. I didn't see this video ahead of time. Just something feels off about YouTube. Okay, something feels off about YouTube. Actually, before we even get to this, I want to show you yesterday's video. Yesterday's morning show, okay, is at 75 views. 75 views, okay? Not to say that, and the Monday's show is at 127. My shows, okay, from before a week ago, 2 weeks ago, they get 300, 250, 270, okay? Like, that is the norm for my channel. And then all of a sudden, now barely getting to 200, barely breaking over 100, right? And I'm like, something seems off. And I get people have work and different things to do, but something is off. So, okay, so here we go.
It's been built around this restricted mode that YouTube implemented that apparently has been just added to people, just got turned on to a lot of people's accounts. I thought to myself, how bad could it really be? And then I actually looked at it, and what I'm about to show you is legitimately shocking. I saw it and my jaw dropped when I saw this. This is amazing. Let me just pull up our channel here, just to kind of show you exactly what we're looking at. So here's our channel. You can see a lot of videos. We post 2 to 3 a day. Just kind of pay it.
Same. I post every single day, Monday through Thursday for this live show. And then I do uploads, right? Once a week. And then I have my other channel that we do daily.
Attention to these right here. You see the view count. We traditionally were doing between 15, maybe 10 to 20,000 views a video. Obviously that's seen a tremendous downtick. It's like, are we wrong? Or, it's one of those like, are you wrong? Are we wrong? Do people not care about us? So you start like questioning.
Exactly what he's saying right now, right? It feels like I'm doing something wrong. I probably am, right? But I'm questioning what I'm doing, right? I'm questioning. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is it that people that watch me are here, right? Every single day, you guys are here supporting. I love it. And then all of a sudden, it goes missing. Not like 1 or 2. Not like someone had to go to work and whatnot. And like, no, there's a chunk of people missing. And it's like, well, why? Why? What happened?
Questioning yourself as you go in. But it turns out when you go up and you scroll down here to restricted mode, this is with it off. Let me just kind of show you what it looks like on. So pay attention to the videos down there. Notice the most recent video, if restricted mode is turned on, was 7 days ago.
So you see what happened there? So he put restricted mode on, and this is turning on for people. This is turning automatically on for people in their YouTube channels. Why? Have no idea. But it's turning on, and it basically not deleted like off his channel, but to show you, it removed 15 videos off of his page when you go to side scrollers if you're looking for daily content. So if you're a person that watches him every single day, you're like, well, how come he's not posting? Out of sight, out of mind, right? Type of thing.
10 days ago, 13 days ago, 2 weeks ago, these videos did not perform well at all either, right? But you can kind of see what happened here. These videos are 1 month ago. Take a look at this. I click on live. The most recent live stream that popped up is from one.
Now this blows my mind. This blows my mind because live stream is my lifeblood of this channel. Live streaming. I live stream every single day. Okay? Every single day. And yet nobody comes and watches me. It doesn't go out to anybody. He streams every day. The last live stream here, the latest live stream 1 year ago.
A year ago. So there is a 0% chance that you're getting our live streams right now. Everybody who has a live stream has seen this dip down. I am shocked by this, to say
this is bad. I know obviously this is not one of the feel bad for me type of thing. I'm trying to let you guys know because you're being unsubscribed to some of the channels that you're watching. You're being hamstered by what is putting out there because there's so much content on YouTube. They're like, oh, no, right? They're shoving off people's channels off to the side and hiding them, right? This is not a conspiracy theory, right? This is not a conspiracy theory. This is happening to smaller, bigger content creators across the board.
The least. Well, let's just go and look at like another one, very popular channel, Cinemassacre. I've known James forever. This is before restrictive mode has turned on. Let's just go ahead and turn restrictive mode on for him. And let's just see kind of what happens here. Phantom of the Opera, Wildlife Classics. So his most recent Mario Paint video wasn't seen at all. Let's go and take a look at Critical Drinker here. most recent video. He's always going to do well. He's super smart guy, mega talented, critical drinker. Just taking a look, see what happens here on the refresh. Okay, 2 months ago.
Did you guys see what happened there? Look, videos with it off, okay, 2 days ago. 2 days ago, 1 million views. If you put restriction on, 2 months ago. 2 months ago. Think about that. So you're missing out on the 2 days, the 4 days, the 6 days, the 9 days, the 13 days, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, right? Look at all the videos that you're missing from this channel when restricted mode is on.
The most recent video popped up 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Now let's just take a look at Asmongold. This is before restricted mode was turned on. Most recent video, 6 days. He's got a great team over there producing lots of really good videos. But let's just see what happens with restricted mode turned on with a refresh here. See what happens. 11 days, 2 weeks ago.
Right, so his went from 6 days to 11 days to 2 weeks.
2 weeks, 2 months ago. So you can see things are affecting everybody. And it's insane. When you see YouTubers complain, they're like, oh, my views are down. Yeah, because they're producing videos that you're not even seeing. YouTube isn't even serving it up. So once again, go into your restricted mode and go turn it off. Once again,
Robert Jones says, we get video every 5 years. YouTube changed something and my videos aren't being viewed. You get these videos because that is what's happening, Robert Jones. That is what's happening. People are not getting notifications. People's videos, they're like, oh, I didn't even know you made a video. I get people that tell me, how come you stop streaming? I get videos, how come you don't make content anymore? Like, what are we talking about? I am live every single day, Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. Like, straight for 8 years. Okay? I've been the same. And yet people are like, I didn't know you were still making content. I thought you took a vacation.
I think it's important to show you guys exactly how to flip this around because it is a drastic change. Go up here to the upper corner, go up here, click this, go to restricted mode. If it's on, flip it off, and you'll see all of a sudden, wow, videos just start showing up again.
This is the same thing. Like, let me opt in, not opt out. Don't turn on my restricted. So this is more of a PSA, okay, public service announcement. Go to your account, go up to your upper corner, and check if your thing is restricted is on. Because if it's restricted on, you are missing tons and tons of videos from people that you follow or subscribe to because they're not showing up in your feed. So there you go.
It's crazy. But I'll tell you this. YouTube is a very finicky bitch. So if you do enjoy what we're doing, now more than ever, you see a lot of people talking about their platforms, their Patreons, whatever. We have a thing called Side Scrollers Plus. I would love for you to pop over and support us. I promise you, even make a free account over there. You'll get notified every time we post something over there. Every time there's a live stream, you will get notified.
Think about if you had a business, right? You had a bakery, and then all of a sudden they didn't tell you they were closing the road down. They just closed it down, and they rerouted people, and you're like, how come I have no business today? How come the normies are not coming into our shop to buy stuff, right? Oh, oops, we closed the road down. It's not even every 5 years. It's like twice a year. YouTube does something, and they change things all the time, and they don't say anything to anybody. They don't say anything to anybody. They just make the changes because out of sight, out of mind. They're like, oh, if we don't say anything, then maybe no one will notice. And then when we do notice, you're like, something feels a little odd, okay? Like my video yesterday only has 75 views. 75. My channel's very small. I get 200, 250. I'm like, that's small. And I'm like, it's good though. I'm okay with the 250. 75? Seems a little weird, doesn't it? Kylo says, my recommendations most of the time are actually have to search for you through my subscription list and type your name in because your stream just isn't there in my recommended. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Especially, think about it, Kylo. Anybody you're watching every day, you would think that, hey, it would promote more of that stream, right? Because it's like, hey, you've been watching this, so we're going to let you know he's live again. People are not getting my notifications. People are not getting that I'm live. And the viewership is going down, right? Which is just weird. It's after the fact, not the live. The live is here. You guys are here. 26, 30, 40 people come every morning. It's after I'm done going live that it just gets cut. Nobody watches it afterwards. And it's crazy. Right? So they added here. I'm gonna show you. They added this feature. Robert Roadkill the other day showed it to me. Here, let me go to this.
What's up inside?
They added this feature, and it's called the hype, right? So let's watch this for a second, because I didn't even know this was going live. We talked about this months ago of what it is, right? So here's a system that they've added that they don't explain anything.
Moving on. We've been talking about the expansion of the ability for viewers to hype at no cost, and we're excited to share that it's coming to 17 additional markets. If you need a refresher, hype is a way for viewers to come together and help emerging creators in the YouTube Partner Program with fewer than 500,000 subs get discovered.
Is this make a problem, sell a solution? I know it's free, or at least they say it's free, but I feel like I'm being shut down here. But yet there's this other thing that makes it hype.
When viewers hype your videos, it shows their excitement for your content and helps your channel get...
Do you see what I'm saying? They're not selling me anything, but what they're doing is, if I restrict things and people don't see it, then we get people engaging in content. When they see someone, then they click this to hype up the thing so they can have people engage with it. You see what I'm saying?
Get discovered by new audiences. Top hyped videos show up on a leaderboard designed for up-and-coming creators. If you're in a launched market, the option to hype will appear on creators' public, long-form videos uploaded in the last 7 days. When a viewer hypes a video, YouTube will apply extra...
I don't think you can hype a live video, by the way. I think you can only hype a after video. Well, guess what? My video after I go offline is not showing up. So the only way that it would get seen is if the people that do get to see it hype it up. And if it gets hyped, then other people can see it, even though if they just left it alone, just normal people would see it.
Points based on the channel's subscriber count to help even the playing field and give smaller creators a fair shot at the spotlight.
A fair shot? You're literally shutting small content creators and even large content creators down.
Hype will be turned on by default with the option to opt out in advanced settings on Studio Desktop. We're also excited to introduce more features this fall, all
so there you go. Like that's
designed to further empower creators and fans. First, we're launching category leaderboards.
Great, category leaderboards.
Viewers will be able to dive deeper into their favorite topics and discover hyped videos specific to interests like gaming.
Do you see why? Do you see why they're lowering all the stuff and not showing you into things? Because now they're using the viewers itself to be engage with, oh, I like this, so I'm going to hype it. I like the dog video, so it goes in the dog video category, the gaming category, the VTuber, the entertainment. And then they could really focus in and hone in on who is the marketing for. Do you see? Morning, Wonder Rose.
Beauty, and more. This helps you attract an audience who's interested in your niche, making your growth more targeted. Secondly, viewers will be able to create posts spotlighting the videos they've just typed directly to their communities.
Listen to what she just said there.
Create posts spotlighting the videos they've just typed directly to their communities. Even established creators will be able to pass the spotlight and introduce emerging talent to their audiences, fostering an ecosystem of support and discovery. More details to come, so stay tuned and let us know if you have...
So there's the crux of the problem. They turned this thing on. It restricts what you see on your feed. And then the people that are watching these things, if they want to see it, they have to engage with it more. Right? You have to hype things. And you have to hype things and talk about it and post things. It's like, why can't YouTube just leave it alone? Right? Why if I make a video and people see it and it goes in the algorithm, an algorithm means people, basically, right? If the algorithm's not seeing you, is the people are not seeing you. Okay, so if the people are seeing you, then they watch, and then it goes on. No, but what happens on YouTube, because there's so many content creators, it goes like this, and then it just dies off. Just dies. Live content is completely different than uploading. Okay, YouTube is a mainly uploading thing. They're trying now, because more people are watching stuff on TV. They're trying to compete with television and whatnot. But there's a massive issue going on behind the scenes. And obviously, I'm bringing this up, and it's not like, poor 30. The reason I'm bringing it up is because you're being silenced. Your things that you're watching every single day, if it's a glass blower, a leather workman, if a person talking about news, you're being silenced, or they're silencing the people you're watching, not because of any kind of like political thing or anything like that. They're showing you, because people pay also. You can do ads for YouTube to promote your stuff. Like if I want my stuff to go out there, I can advertise my channel, okay, to get it out there. And of course, YouTube wants you to do that because you're low and you're trying to compete with other YouTubers. You're like, well, how do I get my stuff seen? Well, you pay with Google AdSense, right? And you want to try to push it out there so it can advertise your stuff so it shows it to more people. I don't believe in any of that shit because I believe it's all bots, right? I believe it's all bots because they're like, oh yeah, pay this, and then they'll just insert bots to your channel. This is why I believe my channel hasn't grown. It's because it's actually organic. It really is organic. Like the people are here every single day. You guys have built this community, and more slowly but surely people come into the channel. But then there's another speed bump that comes in where it doesn't tell the notifications. It unsubscribes you. It's not showing you people's content on purpose because they have a new system that they want you to hype up. So there's that. All right. So we'll go from that. And let me know if the music, if it gets annoying in the background, let me know. If it's too soft, if it's too loud, let me know. And I appreciate that, Kylo. Right? Kylo says, literally, I watch or lurk every stream. And I appreciate everyone. There's people that have watched me for years that say nothing. Nothing. They're members. They say nothing. They don't renew every month to get hype. They just become a member, and they just let it be. Right? And I appreciate every single person. I truly mean this when I say it. If you're here for 1 second, 1 minute, or 1 hour, I appreciate you because there is thousands and thousands of things you could be doing or watching, and you choose to watch me for that time frame, and I appreciate it. Sarge says, I thought the like button was the hype button. What the fuck are we talking about? Nope. Now it's other things. You still need to hit the like button, but now you want to hype it because now they want you to make you feel like, hey, you like this channel. And if you like this channel, let other people know, right? They're trying to build on this social aspect of like what Twitch did with the hype train and stuff like that. Altern says, so the classic case of make a problem, sell the solution. Right. In this case, they're not really selling you. Like, you're not paying for hype. At least that I know of, unless you have to pay for hype stuff, which I don't know if you do. YouTube needs to prove to advertisers they're actually paying for actual eyeballs. I bet they are also in trouble with advertisers. Potentially. Maybe that's why they're doing it. If you sub to something, you would think they also would always want to see it. You would think. But the way it works, Roic, because YouTube... So, for instance, let's say you're sub to 100 channels. Subs actually hurt a channel if you don't watch. Okay? So let's say you're sub to me, but you haven't watched me in 2 months. It's actually hurting that channel because you're subbed and you're not watching. A sub means you want to watch, right? But if a sub is not being viewed, you're a sub to this channel, they've posted 10 videos, and you as a sub haven't watched that video, you're hurting that channel. It's actually better if you unsubscribe to that channel because if you're not watching the stuff. You know, you understand what I'm saying? So if you're watching the stuff and you're subbed, you'll stay subbed. Every once in a while, and YouTube, what it'll do is it does like a self-cleansing. Okay? So if you're subbed and you're not watching, it says, hey, this person hasn't watched this channel in 3 months. We're not going to tell them that this is live because they're not really watching it. Sometimes they unsubscribe you for whatever reason, and other times it's good, and because it's like these guys are not watching it, so we're just going to remove this because we're focusing on this. Because something might come into your feed where all of a sudden you're watching me, And then all of a sudden, building those things out in the middle of the forest, right? Log cabins out in the middle of the forest. You start watching log cabins. You're like, oh, this is interesting. So you start watching log cabins. So then YouTube looks at it and says, he likes log cabin building. So they start sending you other things of log cabin building, okay? And then because you're watching 10 shows or 10 channels of log cabin building out in the forest, they're like, oh, he's not interested in this anymore, right? That's what they do. What's going on, Crowder? So they want me to feel like a loser for not hitting the hype button. I don't know what they're doing, House, but this is what they're doing, right? They're restricting and shutting off things where if you watch that video, I don't know if you just popped in or if you watch the video that we watched, where if your restricted's off, you see a couple videos here and there. If restricted's on, it's literally weeks or months afterwards. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Jack says there's also to be better way than what they're doing. And there's nobody that you can also reach out to YouTube for help. No, because I am technically, you have to hit a certain point to have a YouTube representative. I don't have a representative. You have to be way up higher to get a YouTube representative or whatever it is. What's going on, Travis? So evidently Nintendo discussed suing Digimon for their exact words were "bring it on, bitch." Really? Well, that's interesting. Jack says, why make changes that affect creators on your platform? Because the bigger picture, and what Sarge said earlier, they probably need to focus in on, because YouTube makes its money off advertisements, right? The more streamers they have that make content, it's harder to get a basis of who's watching and what they're watching. So if you do this certain thing, then they know for sure, because there's a lot of bots out there. And I'm sure they could make bot programs out there that can hype up a channel or whatnot. But in my head, the way I'm figuring it out is that if, let's say a channel, because you look at a lot of channels, okay? I would say mine is pretty spot on to what it is, okay? And what I mean by that is I have 2,500, almost 2,600 subscribers. And you usually get a percentage, let's say 2% of your total subs is what your views are. So if you have a channel that has 1 million subs, they're probably getting around 200,000 views or whatever it is, 100,000, 200,000 views. Okay, all the rest could be bots, could be embedded videos, could be a lot of different things. Okay, could be people paying for views. So if someone pays for an advertisement on YouTube and they want a certain amount of impressions, okay, and they don't get that, they're like, well, how come we didn't get the turnaround of this? So what YouTube is trying to do is, hey, these are real people. We're giving hype, right? Because you get a certain amount of hypes per week or whatever it is. So if you hype up something, they know you're real. And because you're real and you're hyping this, then they have a more focused thing of saying, hey, these content creators that are on our platform have the loyal fan base, and this is what they watch. And because they watch this, they know the age bracket, what ethnicity they are, what you're interested in. So then they can focus way more on the advertisements for the people that are watching those particular channels or genres. Hence why the hype meter goes into categories. So if it's a hype channel for gaming, it goes into the top gaming things and the entertainment things and the book things. And then they know that these guys at the top are the best for your advertisement dollars. Because that's what it is. Let's see. Right, what are the advertisers actually paying for? Eclipse says, oh, now you're mad, Travis, when they also are suing Palworld. You were also suing them. They deserve it. Certain amount of hypes allow them to focus on what people are actually watching. Yes. Yeah. So, just check your box, right? And what you're going to do is when you go to your channel, just, here, I'll show you. just go to your logo in the upper part. I don't know how to do this on mobile, but if you click this down and scroll down here, it says restricted mode, and then you can turn this off and on. It says this helps hide potential mature videos. No filler is 100% accurate. So because I fucking curse and say certain things, right? They want to close it down, even though on my channel I say that my content is not for children, 18 plus. Okay, but now see, this helps hide potential mature videos. No filler is 100% accurate. This setting only applies to this browser. Okay, so you got to go to restricted mode, and you got to make sure it's off if you don't want it off, because it's going to hide a crap ton of content on your thing, and then you're also being unsubscribed to certain people's channels as well. Not safe for advertising. Yeah. Hence, this is, I think, another reason why live streams are not big on YouTube. People do live streams, obviously, but I don't think they're big for YouTube because live is very hard to monitor, right? When someone does a live show on television and someone curses, it's a 6-second delay. So a guy on the other side is hitting a button if people curse and they beep it out, right? Eclipse says, oh, I was about to say, if they turn that on for me, I was going to be mad because I turned all that stuff off for Google. Yeah, it'll turn it on automatically. Fifth pop-up ad since shows started on mobile. When you say pop-up ad, Sarge, does it just come up at the bottom of the screen? Or it shouldn't have any. I have that turned off on my end. There should be no ads while you're on my stream, unless you come in. If you leave the stream and come back in, they're going to show you an ad. All right, let's go to the second story, which is Jump Space. Right, Jump Space has got a couple videos. Well, they got a minute 10-second video. So I just did a video recently about Left 4 Dead and Helldivers, right? Helldivers is the new Left 4 Dead of this generation, right? Which is a video that nobody has seen, okay, except for like 50 people. But I talk about why games that are co-op and what they're being seen and what they're doing, okay? And more games are coming out that are co-op existence. And Jump Ship, which is now Jump Space because of marketing brand or whatever, something happened. So they just announced that this game's coming out on Xbox and PC, okay? $20. And this looks like a fun game. We saw it a couple months ago, or maybe over a year ago when we watched it. So let's watch this minute 13 second. We'll talk about it. They have a roadmap that we can go and talk about. Speaking of like No Man's Sky and Helldivers, this seems more like a Helldivers thing, okay, than a No Man's Sky thing, right? 4-player co-op on a ship, going on missions, doing a bunch of things, extracting basically, doing a mission, rinse and repeat, unlock weapons, unlock things, okay? That's what this seems like it is. So early access, $20. Now, here's the thing, right? Obviously, I always tell people, don't pre-order, don't buy day one. And that's for $70, $80 games, okay? You guys know I play a lot of early access games. I like playing the early access games that are not breaking the bank. $20. I think I might pick this up because of what's happening right now with Helldivers, with other games that are co-op experiences. I think this game is going to be pretty fun. Now, from that, they have a little roadmap that they're bringing. This game is not done. This is a Grounded 2 type of game where you're playing and the content's not all there. So this is what's happening right now, right? This is a little blurry. I can't read this section, but Jump Space roadmap, okay? So mission types, 9 current content right now that's in the game, okay? Mission types are 9 mission types. So think mission types of like what you're doing in Helldivers, launch the rocket, wipe out the boss. Like those are mission types. Playable sectors, 50 plus. So there's 50 different sectors that you can go in and play. Unlockable galaxy regions. There's 4 regions of stuff inside this. Ships to pilot. There's 2 right now. Ship components. There's 26 components that you can actually put on the thing. Player weapons are 8. Ship enemies are 16, and ground enemies are 11. So those are the type of enemies that you're fighting. So 16 in the sky, 11 on the actual planets themselves. Then the roadmap, right, is this current content? Yeah. So Chapter 1 is the current content. The Resistance Coalition exists in early access launch. Then after that, Chapter 2 comes out. You got Alteria Strikes Back. Early access launch in Q1 of 2026. Several updates. Endless mode. Okay. So you're constantly just doing the same thing. They're adding text chat, new guns, hangar vendors, melee weapons, offline support. So you don't have to be online. So you can just play, I'm assuming, with bots and whatnot. Ship shield revamp. Sector modifiers. I would assume sort of like in Helldivers. If you could do trivial, hard, challenging, suicidal type of stuff, that's what the sector modifiers are. There's a lobby browser so you can jump in with people down the road. There's going to be more sectors into the thing. Story expansion, new ship, buddy bot improvements. So there's actually going to be bots in the game that make it improvements. Okay, more components and artifacts. Player trait system, so you can skill tree basically. Slide movement, they're adding new enemies, photo mode, mission types, different mission types. Chapter 3, which is also Q1 in 2026. The Secrets of Telemara, new gun, more sectors, first-person pilot view, scanner revamp, story expanded, mission types, voice chat. And I'm assuming voice chat meaning improvements of voice chat, and then also sort of like what happens in, again, Helldivers, where I mark something and he speaks it out, or you say negative, or I'm sorry. Like, there's things there that can actually be said without speaking. Another new ship, weapon variants, new enemies, ground boss. Right? And then there's something else here. And then Chapter 4, it goes in beyond. The reason I bring this up, like I said, I played Brighter Shores. I played Dragon Age Wilds. Okay? I'm okay playing early access knowing that the game is in early access, okay? Knowing that the game is broke, buggy, and unfinished, but not for full price. You see the difference? Games in AAA market charge $70, $80, $100. Star Wars, Outlaws, okay? What's another one? Fallout 76, Cyberpunk 2070, Battlefield 2042, Monster Hunter, right? All of these things are broke, buggy, and unfinished, but they get your money up front, and then you wait 18 months to fix it, and you paid full price, if not more than full price. Here's a game comes out, Dragon Age Wilds, Brighter Shores, paid $10. Well, actually, that's a free-to-play game. You don't even have to pay anything for Brighter Shores. The other game, I think it was $20, Dragon Age Wilds. No, it was less than that, right? But I think it's like $20 or $25, okay? Knowing that the thing's going to get updated across the board. If you play Grounded 2 right now, it's a little higher price, okay? But it still is to know that if you want to play Grounded 2 and you're not on Game Pass, then you would pay a small fee for an incomplete game instead of a full-price game with an incomplete game, right? So this is the reason I talk about these types of games, especially that they're not AAA type of companies. So I want to watch this video a little bit This is a 10-minute video talking about jump space. This is from 3 weeks ago, and see what they have to say.
There's something quite magical about a good co-op space game, isn't there? The kind where you and a few mates are stuck together in a fragile...
No, this is not PvP, Travis. Someone else asked it as well. Is this, they have PvP like EVE Online? No. This is just a co-op PvE game. This is why I say it's a Helldivers. It's like a Helldivers because it's just co-op. It's Deep Rock Galactic. It's just you versus the environment.
tin can, somehow keeping it flying while the universe throws everything it's got at you. For me, that tension, the chaos, the laughter, the little victories is what makes this genre so special. Hello everyone, Tom here from LT Gaming. Back in February this year, we previewed...
This is on console, Xbox, and PC for right now. What's going on, Mr. Luke?
Promising title called Jump Ship. Since then, a lot has happened, including a new name. Thanks to a trademark hiccup, the devs have rechristened it Jump Space.
There you go, trademark hiccup. Kinger pointed this out to me last week or 2 weeks ago because I was still calling it Jump Ship, and he says it's Jump Space because of the marketing, And
to be honest, I think this one fits perfectly. As the team themselves have put it, Jump Space better represents the expanse of the game's potential, and it certainly feels bigger than just the ship you're flying.
Travis says, no PlayStation 5? Man, I'll wait. Well, no shit, you have to wait. If it's not on your system, then you have to wait. And that's not a dig on you, Travis. You saying like, I'll just wait. Well, you don't have a PC, and you don't have an Xbox, so yeah, you're going to have to wait.
The game is coming to early access in Q3 this year, with a full release date and fresh trailer to be unveiled at Gamescom later this month. So in this video, we're going to dive into what's changed since our last hands-on preview, how the demos performed during Next Fest, and why this might just be one of the most exciting co-op releases on the horizon. And if you enjoy this kind of gaming content, this is where I ask to give the video a like if you want to help us out on the YouTube algorithm, subscribe if you watched the video and you feel I've earned it, and if you really want to support the channel, consider joining as a member. All this support helps us keep the lights on here at LT Gaming and keep bringing you more gaming content like this video. So what exactly is Jump Space? At its heart, it's a mission-based co-op FPS for up to 4 players, where you and your friends become the crew of your very own spaceship. Each run has you picking a mission, jumping through sectors, and maybe landing on some forsaken rock.
Is it a 1 to 3 player or 1 to 4 player? If it's only 1 to 3 players, I think, huh?
Or derelict station, and then hopefully making it back out again with your loot all in one piece. The real magic here is going to be how it flows together. One moment you'll be sat calmly on the bridge, weaving your way through an asteroid.
See, this appeals to me. I like this stuff. Like what we're doing right now in Helldivers 2. I love it. Like teaming up with friends and just having a fucking blast as we're doing something.
Field. The next you'll be clipping on your jetpack and floating out of the airlock for a proper zero-G battle. And before you caught your breath, boom, boots on the ground, blasters in hand, fighting your way through corridors. Teamwork is going to be the lifeblood here. Every mission is about keeping the ship alive long enough to make it to the next jump, while scavenging weapons, blueprints.
Oh, that's cool. So keep it alive so it's like a roguelike as well, right? So you're fighting through each kind of region and you're trying to get to the end. Is that the way it works?
Prints and resources along enough to make it is going to be the lifeblood here. Every mission is about keeping the ship alive long enough to make it to the next jump, while scavenging weapons, blueprints, and resources along the way. And there's going to be no rigid classes telling you what you can.
Oh, it's not a roguelike. I see what he's saying. So, like, again, I'll make a comparison just so. In Deep Rock Galactic, you come in, get your resources, and you have to survive to escape an extraction. Helldivers, you jump on the planet, do the missions, complete the missions, and then survive to get out. This one is you're jumping into a region, you're doing the missions, and then you're jumping out to escape. So that's basically what it is. It's not a roguelike.
Can and can't do. If your mate fancies piloting while you're down in engineering fixing breaches, go for it. And if things are going sideways, you might all rush outside, grapple onto the enemy freighter, and kick the door in together. It's going to be messy, frantic, and that's what will make it brilliant. Between missions, you're back at the hangar, tinkering away on your ship, reinforcing the shields, souping up the engines, or bolting on more turrets.
I get a very Deep Rock Galactic vibe from this as well.
It's entirely up to you. Runs will earn you materials to make the next one maybe a little bit easier. There's a subtle roguelike flavor throughout the game.
How's he drinking a beer through the helmet?
game which I really connect with a bit easier. There's a subtle roguelike flavor throughout
Oh, see, he does say a subtle roguelike flavor,
the game,
which is like Deep Rock Galactic because you're upgrading your gear and
which
stuff.
I really connect with. And one of the best things about the game is they've
Dolphin.
scaled it to work with a crew of 4,
So there's
or
4
whether
people.
you want to just play solo. So if you're on a Chaos for Saturday night co-op session with some friends, or just a quieter run by yourself, Jump Space will have you covered. Back in February, Luke and I had the chance to jump into an early build of Jump Ship, as it was still called back then, and it turned into one of the most memorable co-op sessions we've had in a long while. Our mission was pretty clear: to board a massive cargo freighter, simple on paper, but of course nothing turns out that way when you're gaming. But before any of that, we were immediately distracted by some of the quirky extras the devs had hidden aboard. Things like cooking your own pizza, or cracking open a beer, or even a working boombox. It sets the tone
Yeah, it sounds like a Deep Rock Galactic
right away.
because you do all this type of stuff before you go on your next, your next dive.
It really set the tone for us straight away. This wasn't just a sterile gunship. Then the game hit us with visuals. We kicked off by jumping into an asteroid belt, right into a scrap with enemy corvettes. The fighting was bruising, proper white knuckle stuff. I remember drifting helplessly out in space, cut off from our ship, and somehow managing to down an enemy aircraft with a rocket launcher.
That's cool.
Chaotic, absolutely brilliant fun, without a doubt. Our next jump was to a desolate planetoid where one of the devs took over the pilot's seat and expertly weaved us through a hollowed out asteroid to
See, that's cool. Just being a pilot and flying through the stuff while your rest of your crew is doing everything else.
avoid the swarm.
This seems a little different than Void Crew, which is just came out as well. Dolphin, thank you very much for the 25-month support. He says 25 months, that's like 2.5 babies. It's true. It's true. You could have 2.5 more kids in that time frame. Appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Swarm of enemies outside. The tension was really immense, and this stealthy approach just showcased how many different ways you can handle missions. Of course, shortly after we binned the stealth utterly and went loud, mines exploding off the hull, guns hammering, Luke juggled the pilot's seat while I jumped outside. I somehow ended up grappling onto an enemy hull and trying to take it down manually. Was it disorientating? Yes. Ridiculous? Utterly. But moments like this are why
That seems
these
pretty
games
cool.
shine. Jetpacking combat in open space is just a hell of a lot of fun. Climax of the mission came when we finally breached the freighter itself. The sheer scale of the ship actually blew me away. Once on board, the gameplay shifted.
This is called Jump Space, Dolphin. This is a co-op that's coming out on September 19th on PC and Xbox in early access. It's $20. $20.
Gears into full FPS mayhem. The goal was to nab some cargo and get out, but things escalated pretty fast. We were swarmed by drones and robots as the game's so-called AI director ramped up intensity on the fly.
So again, I have a video called Helldivers 2 is the Left 4 Dead of this generation. And I said in this, there's going to be more games that come out that are like this, that are like a Left 4 Dead, right? That recipe's there. And this seems like another game, right? AI director, co-op experience, chaos happening, okay? It's just a fun little game where there's like little bits and pieces that you can jump in, jump out, respecting your time. Again, I haven't played this myself, but it seems like if I play a Deep Rock Galactic, I can do like one short mission or one long mission. In Helldivers 2, you can do a 40-minute mission. You don't have to take 40 minutes. You can jump in, get out as fast as you want. You can do a 15-minute mission. You can do a 10-minute mission. You can do it as easy as you want. You can do it as hard as you want. These types of games, like a Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, where you could jump in, do a quick one round, run through it as fast as possible, kill everything as possible, get achievements done. It's these types of games that are fun to pick up, to play, to put down, right? You don't have to put every single moment of your time into this, but every time you jump in, you feel like you're doing something and progressing a little bit, or having a story to tell at the end of it.
Fly. Very much in the spirit of Left 4 Dead. It was relentless, and I admit I went down a few times, but battered and bruised, we made a mad dash and grabbed the final objective and somehow made it back to base in one piece. Luke and I came out of this session saying the same thing. This is some of the best co-op fun we've had in years. The blend of strategy, action, and sheer cheeky chaos was exactly what makes Jump Space stand out. And best of all, throughout the playtest we had the devs on comms answering our burning questions as we went. From design choices and ship systems to those Easter eggs like pizza ovens and beer fridges, it gave us a great sense of the vision behind the game. So what has happened since that playtest? Well, Jump Space has gone properly public. The demo dropped during the Steam Next Fest in June.
Demo stats: 530,000 players, 973,000 missions played, 100. Well, that's not really a lot. 530,000, I guess if it's 4. Yeah, I guess all right. 107 years of play time, 1.7 million hyper jump, and 1.1 million fires erupted.
June, and it absolutely took off. Over 500,000 players jumped in, and it made it one of the top 3 most played demos of the entire fest. And that's not just impressive, that's genre-defining
That's very impressive for a demo.
Interest for a brand new co-op title. And the momentum didn't stop there. The game now sits at over 1 million wishlists on Steam. For a small studio working on their first big release, that is immense. It means day one of early access is likely to have a thriving player base, and it's the kind of buzz that can carry a co-op game for months.
Hopefully, even though it's early access, the game comes out where it's not completely crippling on bugs and fixes, right? What they're putting out is good enough, but it's the reason they're charging $20 is because it's a less of a game right now, right? What they put out should be good, but it's less of a game. And if you want to get early access, then that's nice that you're paying 20 instead of 60.
And months, maybe even years. The community response has been just as telling. Forums, discords and streams have been full of people sharing their "did you see that" moments. Whether it was a last second spacewalk repair or the entire crew drifting in zero-G chaos, it's the kind of organic chatter that's absolute gold, and it shows that Jump Space has already hit that sweet spot of fun and unpredictable.
I think, Jason, if you're playing by yourself, it might be meh. I think it becomes a much better game because you're playing co-op and the stuff that could happen while you're playing with your friends.
Stability. Since our last hands-on back in Feb, Jump Space has come a long way. Of course there's the new name, but beyond the logo there's been plenty of meaningful updates under the hood. One of the most requested features, and something we spoke about when we talked with the devs, was the ability to play solo. Devs admitted to us they were surprised at the appetite that players had for this option, so they've been working on an AI crewmate system called BuddyBot, designed to cover roles when you're on your own. In future builds, this helps.
Yeah, because if you're playing by yourself, you're flying the ship, and then you're repairing the ship, and you're going outside the ship. That's a lot. That goes from like easy mode to extreme mode by yourself if you don't have anybody else on the ship with you.
Will be able to man turrets, patch up damage, and even revive you if you go down. It's not quite there yet, but it's high on the early access roadmap, and it should make lone wolf runs far more viable. Mission variety has also been a focus. Early builds leaned heavily on space skirmishes and basic boarding actions, but the team have confirmed that more biomes and handcrafted scenarios are coming. Expect missions where the challenge isn't just enemies but survival itself. Asteroid showers, system malfunctions, environmental hazards, and it will make each jump feel distinct and unpredictable.
That's big. Right? Differentiate between different missions so it doesn't get boring and mundane. Where, again, Helldivers, for some people, is a boring game because you're just going down, shooting bugs, shooting automatons, whatever. But what keeps it fresh is the main missions that are on there. There's like 10 or 15 different main missions. And then there's 25 different side missions that you can also do while you're there. If it's fueling a ship, saving the guys, put the radio tower, blow up a base, whatever it is, it changes and makes it a little bit feels more fresh instead of just doing the exact same thing over and over. Like in a Destiny where you do the strike and you do the strike again and you do the strike again, it gets boring, but you're farming that one mission over and over again so you can do certain things, right?
And then there's been a lot of little touches. The devs have said they want the ship to feel like a second home, so expect more persistent decorations and fun.
If No Man's Sky can bring in this type of stuff in what the update they just made, that's going to be a hell of a game to compete with, right? Because this is just this. Like, this is the game for Jump Space. No Man's Sky is all of this other stuff, and if they can add this mechanics and mission type of stuff inside No Man's Sky, that would be crazy.
Fun items. Think music players, trophies, and plants that you can actually keep aboard between runs. This obviously isn't mission critical, but it adds flavour and it's exactly the kind of immersion that makes co-op games like this very memorable. All told, it's clear Keepsake Games are listening. They've been very upfront that the early access is just the start. With more.
So the other day I was talking about when we were playing Helldivers 2. I was like, it'd be cool if we could go into space and fight in space. And Sarge said that wouldn't be Helldivers then. And I'm like, no. Like, you do a mission, right? Like, you're on a ship and you're fighting things in space. So you're still doing missions. Like, maybe you have to launch out, get on an asteroid, and take out a base. This one says, what was the mission here? It said,
games.
Stop the jammer, like destroy the jammer ship, right? Like, do certain things, right? Like, for instance, in Helldivers 2, if they can make a board like this where the automatons have a ship outside because there might be putting the Death Star in or whatever, you might have to stop the blockade so you can then get to the planet. Still the same game, just a different mission base that you're doing in it. Could be different. Change up the speed of the game. You could call stratagems in, but instead of calling stratagems when you're on the planet, you're now calling them in to help you with your ship as you're fighting things.
Are listening. They've been very upfront that the early access is just the start, with more ships, gear, mission types, and polish on the horizon. So why are we so excited about Jump Ship? Well, it's nailing something that most
Mr. Luke, is that true? Is that true? Because we joked about that on GXG, saying that Pedro Pascal will be in Call of Duty.
Co-op games never quite manage controlled chaos. One moment you're piloting through an asteroid belt, the next you're putting out a fire in engineering, or your mate's out the airlock patching a hole. And then suddenly you're all jetpacking across the border freighter. It's messy, unpredictable, and utterly brilliant. The game also has that elusive one more run quality. Missions aren't scripted to death, they've got random elements and modifiers baked in. No two jumps are going to play the same.
That's good.
We're reassured also by the sheer scale of interest. Over 1 million wish lists and 500,000 demo players means this isn't some niche experiment. There's going to be a healthy player base from day one to keep the lobbies alive. And finally,
well, it is called acting. If he has a British accent, it doesn't matter, right?
be honest, it's just fun. Pure, silly, grin on your face fun, from rocket launcher antics in 0G to maybe cooking a pizza mid-mission. Jump Space is going to blend intensity with charm in a way few games manage. So drawing all this together for you LT gamers, Jump Space is shaping up to be something genuinely special. It's got co-op chaos, it's got strategic depth, and just enough humour baked in to make missions very memorable. Our early playtest to the huge successes of the recent demo, everything is pointing to a game with some serious legs. With the game arriving in early access later this summer, plus there's going to be a big reveal at Gamescom, the wait is nearly over with this one. But I'd love to hear what you...
So there you go. Did I put the description? Did I put his thing in the description? I think I did. Let me make sure. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. Let me get LT Gaming in the description down below. LT Gaming. So go give his channel a like if you like his stuff. So yeah, Jump Space is another co-op game coming out on September 19th, next week. Next week, right? Because we're already it's the 10th. So 9 days from now. So sometime next week, next weekend, Friday, right? 7. Yeah. So next Friday, it comes out. I think I might pick this up. And if anybody else picks it up, you want to play, hit me up. We'll have some good fun. So we got Jump Space. All right. Next story that we have is Palworld lawsuit. Nintendo patents a system for summoning a character. Oh, lordy. I already know what this is. I haven't even read the article yet. Because I remember reading the article a couple months ago about how Nintendo was changing the patent to Palworld, and they were just constantly changing it. And now they're trying to patent stuff in America because the lawsuit's only in Japan right now, right? So if you guys like what I do, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. All right? So amidst a Palworld lawsuit, Nintendo's patents a system for summoning a character. Nintendo has obtained a patent describing a patent for summoning a character for the purpose of having it fight another character. The broad nature of the patent secured amidst Nintendo's high-profile IP battle against Palworld potentially threatens the entire video game industry, according to one analyst. This right here, if this goes through, and Nintendo now has a patent on anybody summoning something in a video game, I will no longer, not that it matters to anybody else, but I will no longer purchase anything of Nintendo, because if you look at people that buy things or put a patent on something, WB has a patent on the system, the Nemesis system, that nobody can use, okay? And we have to wait 15 years for another game to use it, okay? Madden has the rights for NFL, and nobody else can make an NFL game, and it makes the game industry worse because of it, okay? If Nintendo gets this patent, okay, and it goes through, and nobody else can make a game that has summoning stuff, it's going to be terrible, okay? So in September 2024, Pokemon Company and Nintendo jointly sued Palworld developer Pocket Pair, alleging that the studio game violates 3 of their patents, which they didn't have filed yet, by the way. Okay, the patents at the center of the cause describes creature capture and ride switching systems. While the lawsuit was only filed in Japan, Nintendo has separately been moving secure similar patents in the United States, signaling that the case could also eventually go global. Nintendo secures patent for summoning characters to battle. On September 2nd, the Japanese gaming giant has issued a U.S. patent that covers a somewhat broad implementation of the system for summoning characters into battle, identified by patent number 12,403,397,000, and the grant was initially spotted by Games Fray patent analysts, who described it as not merely annoying, but actually shocking, okay, in how potentially threatens in creativity of the entire video game industry. The new Nintendo patent covers a system that lets players move a main character, summon a separate sub-character, and a branch into combat based on where the helpers appear. So let me just tell you, right, let's take Helldivers 2 right now, okay? I'm summoning a stratagem that comes down, okay? And then the robot backpack goes on my back, and he comes and helps me in battle. He's fighting other NPCs. That would be considered summoning, okay? Because you're summoning a thing to come down. Division 2, I have a turret. I'm summoning the turret to drop down and then shoot stuff in Division 2. Nintendo could be like, hey, you can't use that because you're summoning a turret. If you're summoning an NPC to fight another NPC, right? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here, Nintendo? So, excuse me. It says, designate direction after a second input, and the combat proceeds automatically upon encountering an enemy. Because all steps mentioned in the concept, player movement, summoning location based on branching between manual and automatic battle modes, and the second directional input must be present. The patent appears to cover specific combinations of mechanics rather than every summoning system in general. Even so, it appears to be fairly broad. So, okay, let me read that again, okay? It says, help is summoned onto an enemy. A player input-driven battle begins. If not, the helper automatically moves to a player's designated direction after a second input, and the combat proceeds automatically upon encountering an enemy. Okay? Because all steps mentioned in the concept player movement, summoning location-based branching between the manual and automatic battle modes. And the second directional input must be present, and patent appears to cover specific combinations of the mechanic rather than the summoning system in general. Okay? So patent 12,000,004, okay, does not appear to be directly connected to Pocket Pair's case, granted in a different jurisdiction from Nintendo's Palworld lawsuit is underway. It claims only partially a match in features found in Palworld. Nevertheless, Mueller describes it as fundamental threat to creativity and innovation of gaming industry. I would agree with that. While it remains to be seen whether Nintendo will try to act on it, the sole fact that it has managed to secure the patent is bad news for the industry on a whole, and analysts conclude. So separately, as of September 9th, Nintendo also holds a creature switching patent, okay, at the center of the Palworld lawsuit in the United States. If the company plans to sue Pocket Pair over the same issue statewide, This development brings in one step closer to that goal. Earlier in 2025, Pocket Pair mounted a two-pronged defense against Nintendo Palworld patent infringement claims, consisting of dispute patents, while simultaneously arguing that the game does not infringe on them. Right? So basically, they're suing Palworld or Pocket Pair because of these certain things. And then Pocket Pair changed these things, but then Nintendo changed the patent that they're trying to sue them for, so they can't change the thing again to try to get away from the patent. So they're just waiting to see what they change it to. Then they patent the fucking thing that they're patenting, okay? And then they're going to sue them again. Like, what are we doing? Why is Nintendo so evil? Nintendo, why are you so evil? Why are you so anti-consumer? Why are you so bricking people's systems? Why are you so against things that... Why are you trying to stop people from summoning anything in the game? This is a little too far, right? So, Nintendo, for me at least, I won't purchase anything Nintendo-related stuff for my son or anything, because even if my son wants it, I'll be like, nope, sorry, Nintendo's the devil. You can't buy anything Nintendo. Not until they make amends. So, Nintendo, we have a Switch. I'm not going to throw the Switch out. We own the stuff, but he will no longer get anything Nintendo-related because I just don't like the company right now. That could change, but right now, no, sir. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. Mo says, for the 30 months, appreciate that. Game Pass is king. Also, when the PlayStation SOP Secret Showcase, like the State of Play Secret Showcase, 30 months, 2.5 years, man. It's been a ride. Also, thanks for playing Helldivers. No, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Crowded says Nintendo's Gestapo. Yeah. Ray says if you have a PC, your son, if your son wants Nintendo, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Mo says good. Nintendo needs a wake-up call. Robert Jones says, I don't know how they roll in Japan, but ain't no way you can sue for a patent that you're constantly changing. Yeah, it's so strange. If I was the judge, okay, which I don't know if you guys heard, judges are not actually judges anymore. Have you heard that judges are just applying to be a judge? You don't have to actually be a lawyer or know the law. You could just be a judge. Did you know that? I didn't know that. But anyway, that's a completely different topic. But if I was a judge, which obviously I guess I could be, right? I guess I could be. But if I was a judge and someone came to me and said, we're suing for this patent, and I'm like, okay, well, this is the patent that you didn't file yet, and these guys already made the game, so it doesn't matter if you have the patent because they made the game before you made the patent. So they should be good to go. Okay? They're like grandfathered in, per se. Okay? But then they're changing the patent. They're like, no, this is what we want in the patent because they're changing the thing over here, right? I'd be like, get this shit out of my courtroom, okay? If you want to file the patent, you file the patent. The patent's after the fact that they made this game, so this game stands the way it is. And then after that, you can have a case against somebody else that does it. But these people made the game before you had the patent, so you're shit out of luck. Sorry, Nintendo. Meaning they're grandfathered in. Meaning if Palworld wanted to continue making Palworld and they want to make Palworld 2 and Palworld 3, they already had the system and they can't do anything fucking about it. That's what I would say. But, you know, obviously I'm not a judge. So. Wait, is that real? Yes, 100% real, Travis. There's judges out there that didn't go to law school, didn't pass the bar, and are judges. Yeah, Sarge says, that is real. There are many states that allow a person to be a judge without a law degree. Go take a peek. Yeah. Imagine, because I used to have an argument with my friend, right? I used to have an argument with my friend where he says, like, because he was a specialist in something, right? And he says, well, why don't you trust me, right? You should trust the people that are specialists at what they do. And I said, you're right. I should trust those people. I said, but some of those people are not genuine, and they actually don't know what they're talking about. They just say they're an expert and whatnot. So I go in with a kind of a skepticism a little bit to see if they know what their stuff they're talking about, right? So you would hope that if you go into a court and the judge that you're talking to is an actual fucking judge that went to law school, passed the bar, and did stuff, you would be like, yeah, I trust this person because he's a judge. He did all the right things. She did all the correct things. No, you can just apply, and you can just be a judge, right? You can just apply and just do everything, right? I could go to law school and not actually pass and still become a judge. Fucking nuts. Nuts, right? Go down that rabbit hole. Go check out that stuff. Pocket Pair has already bent over backwards, satisfying them. Now they want more changes. Yeah, it's crazy, Jax. They literally said you can't summon the ball, and they're like, all right, we got rid of the ball. They're like, well, you can't mount these things. And they said, oh, we'll mount this other thing. And they're waiting. They're like, all right, let's see what else they're going to change. Go ahead, Pocket Pair. What are you going to change next? Right? It's like, go fuck yourself, Nintendo. Krebsy says, those must be Disney judges. No experience, thrown into the top and failing upwards. Unfortunately, it's not entertainment. Well, it could be entertainment judges. It's much worse than that, Krebsy, if you go down the rabbit hole. Crowded says, skepticism is healthy. Hype makes you stupid. Do you know why you get a second opinion? Do you know why you get a second opinion? If a doctor says one thing, right, and you're like, take that for word, can give you bad advice, can give you bad stuff. This is why you get a second opinion. And then if the second opinion is the same as the first opinion, then you go, hey, you know what? Maybe they got something. Or you can go blindly into something and be like, well, this person's got a degree. It's a degree on the wall. They said it. Says what it is. This is a judge. Sarge says Nintendo picked their judge. No real judge would agree with that kind of control. This is all judges or Florida judges. We all know you're special. No, these are out of our state, Jones, out of Florida. No, I believe in Florida you actually have to pass the bar and become a lawyer, at least in Florida. I'm not sure about other states. Yeah. Imagine this for a second, Jones, right? Imagine just for a second that you went to law school, you passed the bar, you did all the stuff that you need to do. You're in debt. You did all the things you had to do. You are an actual judge. And then someone else just becomes a judge. Just becomes a judge because you applied. Travis says, hey, can I call myself a game developer? I mean, I've never made a game or wrote a single code of line or line of code, but still, sure, why not? Sure. Let's go on PS5. Z says, Joe Bob needed his cousin on the bench, so he passed the law, I guess. Yeah. So ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculousness. Okay. I'll read the article and then we'll watch the video. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we're living in the Matrix, Travis. Okay. Destiny 2 reveals Renegades, expansion details, and more. Or should I say, Star Wars? All right. During a new live stream event, Bungie revealed that plenty of more details regarding Destiny 2's upcoming expansion called Renegades, which also influenced by Star Wars. It's a big day for Destiny 2 players as the Ash and Iron mid-season update and finally arrived, bringing it with the new content and changes for fans to check out. Okay. Prior to the launch of Bungie teased a new Destiny 2 live stream, which intended to give fans a look at the new Ash and Iron content, including the return of Plaguelands. Inside this space, 3 players can also take part of the new activity called Reclaim, a narrative-focused, objective-based mode that lets players earn rewards as they battle against enemies as well as a timer. However, for many, the big element in the live stream was a brand new look at the upcoming Renegade expansion. As part of the live stream, Bungie released a new vid doc for the upcoming Renegades expansion for Destiny 2, set to launch on December 2nd. The expansion itself isn't actually a one-off story. It picks up right after events of the Edge of the Fate, further pushes things forward with actually 9 of the prophecy, and the player discovered after the final battle. Renegades serves as a collaboration between Bungie and Lucasfilm Games, giving the developer access to Star Wars-inspired sounds, themes, gear, and weapons. Okay, in terms of the story, players are, infiltrating a criminal underworld, okay, to save the Drifter, who also has found himself in a bit of trouble. The new Syndicate faction will offer jobs to players, essentially providing different replayability activities within the space called Lawless Frontier, a location that takes inspiration from an iconic Star Wars location like Hoth, Tatooine, and more. There's even also a social hub space, Thather's Outpost on Mars, where many criminal leaders congregate, and also a great place to build one notoriety. Obviously, it wouldn't be a big Destiny 2 expansion without the new gear to collect, and for this one, Bungie is giving players a brand new weapon archetype called the Blaster. The weapon is clearly inspired by traditional Star Wars guns like Han Solo's DL-44 and features a classic blaster sound effect. Outside of that, their new Renegade abilities, unlockable bonuses, let the Guardian do all the sorts of things that we call a Cabal Walker, airstrikes, and more. This almost sounds like Helldivers. While Renegades is still ways off from launching, players are hopeful for the numerous changes happening on both the game and also the shift in leadership at Bungie will lead to better end products. Many felt like the reward changes were also solid first steps, and continue to hope that even more improvements are on the way. All right, so let's watch this vid doc of Star Wars Destiny. Destiny Renegades. All right, let's do this.
Seeing how stunningly Star Wars it felt was electric.
I just jumped into that walker and I just annihilated the encounter.
Squeezing that trigger and feeling that blaster just go off, it was like a whole new world opened up for me.
There's something really special here that we haven't really done in Destiny before.
That ignition.
You mean make a Star Wars game? Something special. You made a Star Wars game in Destiny instead of making Destiny. Got it. You know a franchise is hurting when you have to go to another hurt franchise to hype up your next DLC.
That hiss, that sound.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
We begin in the shadow of a prophecy that says our end is already written. It's here we draw a line in the sand, where we start the long journey to fight our fate. In Renegades, Guardians infiltrate a criminal underworld to save a friend who's...
Seriously? You put him in Carbonite? You literally put him in Carbonite?
Past has caught up with him and disrupt the rise of powerful new enemies. In special collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, we took inspiration from Star Wars to craft a one-of-a-kind Destiny story. Renegades redefines what an expansion can be. It brings the grit, guns, and glory of a space western to Destiny. But Renegades isn't just about power.
It's all about Star Wars. And to bring in the money because we can't do it ourselves.
About what you're willing to risk to change the future.
The folks at Lucasfilm were such great collaborators. They understood that in order for this to work, we had to...
Disney and Lucasfilm thought it was a good idea to be like, you know what, let's just license out everything for Star Wars. We can't make Star Wars ourselves, so let's license it out to other brands. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Star Wars is coming to Helldivers. Right? I think Helldivers is going to get Star Wars-related stuff as well. Why not? They're putting it in Destiny. They're putting it in other games. It's going to be in Helldivers as well.
Find where the Venn diagram of our two stories meet. Themes of underdogs rising up against something much larger than themselves. Themes of hope. Those little places in that Venn diagram were the ones that really helped us find the story that we want to tell together.
If you look at Star Wars and you look at Destiny, you can kind of see that parallel that exists. So, for instance, our Dredgen.
Was that well, obviously that's Tatooine-esque.
Star Wars and you look at Destiny, you can kind of see that parallel that exists.
And that is an X-Wing.
So for instance, our Dredgen, they're our Sith.
Pretty Sithy.
Yeah. And then you've got the Barrett Imperium, and they are very, very Empire-like.
Yes.
They have a huge appetite for expansion.
I think of the Praxic Order.
You know, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny because in the very beginning I said, when I actually played Destiny, I said, man, can you imagine if they made this game but Star Wars? And here they are, 11 years later, putting Star Wars and making it into Destiny.
There are Jedi in this release, and they are very focused on order and law and understanding that there is a binary in our universe of good and evil. We get to poke at that a little bit in a way that suits our story and our world, while still feeling very much like the inspiration that we're calling from. Edge of Fate leaves us with a really big pass forward into the future. We know of this prophecy now that tells us that we need to bind the Nine or we face extinction. And Drifter was there on Kepler. He saw all of this.
Not running from this one.
Drifter is convinced that there's a connection between the Nine and the rise of this new faction, the Barrett
So is Star Wars in this universe now?
Imperium. He sees them rising at an unnaturally fast rate and is insistent that there's a problem. But the Vanguard isn't listening. They're insisting that he needs to stand down.
I mean, this looks like Cabal. I don't know. I haven't played the game in fucking 5-6 years. So this new faction, are they Cabal that are renegade Cabal guys that have turned into stormtroopers type of stuff? I don't know.
Down.
The cool thing about this criminal underworld is you and Drifter and your crew, you come in at the bottom. And at the top, there's the Barrett Imperium. You need to work with all these crooked criminal syndicates in between, earning your power, building up the notoriety.
Somehow Palpatine has returned.
Getting the gear that you need to take down that powerful Imperium at the top.
There's a weapon that the Barrett Imperium have made, and we need to be the ones to destroy it. And we're not going to be able to do that unless we work with exactly the kind of people that we normally fight. So we're going to head out to the lawless frontier, and one job at a time, we're going to take down the Imperium.
The Lawless Frontier is filled with big, chaotic, cooperative activities. You're going to choose the job, you're going to choose which renegade abilities you're going to take into those jobs, and then you're going to drop into the action with your team, smash up those objectives, get as many riches and
There's Han's blaster, yeah?
treasures as you can, and then get out or die trying.
To do that, you're going to go to the Lost Frontier holo map. You'll see Mars, Europa, and Venus with swamps that are very reminiscent of Dagobah. There's some hints of Hoth in Europa, right?
Yeah.
For fans of both Star Wars and Destiny, like Mars, which is some pits that are very reminiscent of Sarlacc pits, and you don't want to fall into them, you'll die.
These are Destiny.
Or will you? Maybe you go into a Sarlacc pit and there's a loot cave in there. Who knows?
Locations. It's just we're taking inspiration from some of these iconic places in Star Wars.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna say it doesn't look cool. Okay? I think it's cool that they've inspired by Star Wars. But again, I feel like they're creatively bankrupt. And this is why they have to. This is the Hail Mary pass, bringing another franchise like that into your franchise, right? Because Destiny, as far as Sony was trying to make Concord into that Star Wars brand, say what you want about Bungie, they did it twice, right? They made Halo, and Halo is this gigantic brand, and Destiny is this gigantic brand as well, right? Destiny doesn't need to be Star Wars. Destiny could stand on its own. They could literally make a Destiny film, and it would be huge, okay? But now they're bringing accents and inspiration from another space genre, and I don't think it needs it. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't need it.
Let's say we go to Mars, and you're going to pick a bounty hunting job for the Fallen to take out some Cabal. And then you either matchmake with people online, you take your crew with you, you can play solo. Every time you drop in, you might be in a different location on the map. Your objectives are going to be a little different each time, and it also might be a different time of day. So there's a lot of variety and richness within these activities, as we want them to be highly replayable. Along the way, we're going to throw a bunch of curveballs. You might run into a missile tower that's trying to take you out from halfway across the map. And you have to like divert and take it out, and you get some extra credits out of that. Defeat your boss, get to the exfil with whatever time you got left, call your ship in, all hell drops in on your head from the Cabal.
Oh, so they are Cabal.
Your ship flies in, you hop aboard, and you got to exfil.
Yeah, no, Helldivers is going to get Star Wars, Aku, 100%. I think it's bad for Star Wars brand. Just like I said that Call of Duty is missing its brand identity, Star Wars is still this brand that people love or like, okay? But selling Star Wars out to all these other franchises to incorporate it ruins the brand of Star Wars even more, right? I think this does more damage for Star Wars than it does for Destiny. I'll be honest with you there, right? I think it's fine that they're doing it. I just think, again, Bungie and Destiny didn't need to bring in Star Wars. I said this when they first showed the Star Wars stuff last year when they brought in, you know, Kylo Ren and stuff like that, right? I just feel that they didn't need to team up with Star Wars. They could have stayed on their own.
Over the course of the campaign and deep into the post-game of Renegades, you're going to be unlocking and earning a bunch of different Renegade abilities.
We've got things like airstrikes, Cabal drop pods, vehicles like the Cabal walkers, interceptors, swoop bikes, turrets. We've got 9 abilities, 7 upgrades. There's a ton of stuff that you can bring in. And
well, I have a whole thing about that, Maloney, where Maloney's saying, what if the Sony is leveraging Spider-Man back to Marvel and Disney is using Star Wars with Destiny? The problem with that is the movie rights for Spider-Man are with Sony, but Spider-Man is still owned by Marvel with everything else, right? And what Disney has done is very smart with Spider-Man back in the day, right? They asked for Spider-Man to join in Civil War, right? And then they brought Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, into the last Spider-Man, and so on and so forth. So now Spider-Man needs to be better and better, needs to leverage Marvel again. That's why they're bringing the Punisher and Hulk supposedly in the next Spider-Man film, okay? Because Spider-Man by itself can't just live anymore, right? It needs to, because now people have had the taste of Spider-Man with Marvel, back with Marvel. And at some point, especially now that Sony has struggled with basically all the other films out there besides Venom and Spider-Man, they've now conditioned the youngsters that Marvel, like Spider-Man, Sony Spider-Man, is included into that Marvel branch.
just change how things play.
It's like a tech tree of options.
It's like a whole tree of options across support, defensive, and offensive abilities. So the player's going to have a lot to play with here.
A walker like this would be pretty cool in Helldivers. Different type of mech, a little faster moving, maybe lighter guns.
The Lawless Frontier isn't just about raw power. It's about influence. Shady backroom deals, working for these powerful syndicates and against them at different times. And all of this takes place at the heart of the criminal underworld in Tharsis Outpost.
This sounds better than Outlaws. I'll be honest with you. I think Destiny's got a better Star Wars Outlaws here than Outlaws did.
The Vanguard have been preoccupied. They've been off saving the world, and they haven't been looking at Tharsis. It's changed a lot since the last time we were there.
It's now this thriving black market, this criminal underworld.
Like, think about this. You could play Star Wars Outlaws in Destiny now. It's much better than Destiny. I mean, I'm sorry, but much better than Outlaws, because you could play with friends in Destiny Outlaws.
Tharsis Junction became Tharsis Outpost. If you have an unsavory job that you need done, you can find it at Tharsis Outpost.
Tharsis Outpost feels appropriate for both Star Wars and for us. When we looked at Mos Eisley as inspiration, we knew that we could play.
We don't accept droids here.
In that playground in a really fun way. From the ghosts that you'll see floating around to one Elixni with all 4 of his Elixni arms shaking up drinks. We took that inspiration and we found the Destiny spin on it. Criminal syndicates have moved in.
You're working with the syndicates. You are building your notoriety with them.
The 3 different syndicates that we created, we're going to be dealing with. The Pikers are Elixni. They're kind of like an anarchist biker gang. Unlike other Elixni, they're atheists. They don't worship machines. They follow relics. We've also got the Totality Division, a subsect of the Barrent Imperium. They're run by Scions, and their enforcer Rao is going to be the leader of this group. And we've got Tharsis Reformation. They are a breakaway group from Maya's Vex. They're starting to think for themselves and figure out what it means to be an individual.
There's
Come on. Come on.
starting to do crime. They're wearing clothes.
Crime and wearing clothes are what all individuals do. We need to have new people to fight and new people to root for. And this was our opportunity.
At the heart of the Renegade fantasy is not just surviving the lawless frontier, it's garnering influence and building your power so that you can bend it to your will.
In the end game, we get the best weapons, the best armor, the coolest exclusive cosmetics. You're gonna need to work with the syndicates.
Wait, you can unlock the cosmetics in the end game, not through the Eververse store?
To increase your notoriety by completing jobs successfully, alone or with a crew, and in doing so, you'll unlock our highest risk, highest reward jobs. And at the same time, you're gonna have the ability to do the special job that'll take you off planet to the dungeon. And you'll also unlock Invasion.
That's right.
Yeah, the Vex don't need to talk to each other. They're a hive mind. But again, I haven't played the game in 6 years. Maybe a story... You freed the Vex from their overseer. I have no idea.
Invasion is back, but this doesn't work like Gambit. It's opt-in. The invader has some initiative when invasion begins. This is more strategic.
You scan the battlefield, and you're like, okay, is this the right time for me to take the shot? And what's the right tool for me to do it? Do I use an airstrike or a vehicle? Do I use a Cabal Walker?
Just watch out for that double cross.
Yeah.
Renegades marks the Guardian's descent into a criminal underworld. A world of shadows and syndicates, where your light and your choices will cut a path forward. You'll fight dirty, break the rules, and build a hardened crew that can take on any job, standing up to the most ruthless syndicates in the system.
I love that shot. Fuck. Please tell me it does that. Please tell me it does that every time I do a super in the game, where it has a fucking fireworks pyrotechnics behind me.
Even in the darkest corners of this world, there's still a glimmer of hope. Guardians will have to find their own version of balance between loyalty and survival, between power and purpose. Because there's more at play than credits and contracts. Forces are on the move, ones that see you not just as a player, but as a piece on the board. To change the future, you'll have to become the one thing they never saw coming.
Start the engines. Take off as soon as you can.
I just want to say something right here. If you told me this was a new Star Wars MMO coming out, I'd be like, bro, this is amazing. But we've come a long way from me getting excited about anything Star Wars. Right? If you showed me this screenshot and was like, bro, new Star Wars game coming out, and you're like, badass. You're like, nope, this is Destiny. I'm like, oh. I'm not trying to shit on anyone's parade. If you like Destiny, you like Destiny. I'm not a Destiny player. The reason I showed it is because a lot of you guys are excited about it that still play the game. Okay. Again, I'll stand where I stand. I think that this is more of a Lucasfilm, Disney, Star Wars problem than it is a Destiny problem. Okay. I think that, one, I don't think Destiny had to team up with Lucasfilm. I didn't like the first update when they brought in Star Wars stuff. Okay. I don't like it now either. I think Star Wars, I think Lucasfilm, I think they could have made a Destiny-esque type of game, right? You could have taken Outlaws and made it into like a Destiny type of game, open world, smuggling, co-op type of game. You could have done that. You could have made the Division inside the Star Wars world, where it's, co-op, go on missions, right? Bad Batch, Clone Wars, whatever you wanted to do. You could have done that, but you didn't. And I think it's a little weak of Bungie, who is creatively bankrupt now. Obviously, they have to inspire by other brands that are out there because their brand is at a low point. They wanted to uptick on stuff. Star Wars is still a brand that people do like. Okay, it does bring in stuff, but I don't know. I think it's funny what you said. Where was it? Where did you guys say it? Who said it? Was it Mr. Luke? Did they pay for the art this time? Where was that? Where was it? Oh, here it is, Mr. Luke. Did they pay for all the assets this time? I would hope so. I would hope so. Yeah. This says the new Star Wars sucks and Destiny sucks, so perfect match. I think Destiny, honestly, I used to love Destiny 1. Love Destiny 1. The beginning of Destiny 2, I enjoyed, but then they kind of fucked it up. Right? Yeah, no, if people are playing Destiny, you like Destiny, there's more Destiny for you to play. I just feel that I don't think Destiny and Bungie had to go this route with Star Wars. I've said it in the very beginning. If you gave me a Destiny game, but with Star Wars, with Marvel, or with Transformers, I said it would have been my game. I would have loved it. Okay? And they tried it. They gave us Marvel's Avengers, which was like a Destiny type of game, and they fucked it up. Right? Transformers Reactivate was coming out, which was like a Destiny, and they fucked it up. And Star Wars, well, they just went into Destiny. So, Wolverine says, I got everyone pumped, and then it was ass and iron, and started. We all hit and Rude Awakening. Yeah, I just feel like, again, this is me not shitting on anyone that likes the game. Enjoy Destiny. I'm not going back to Destiny just because I don't like the business model. It's not that I don't like Destiny. I don't like Bungie. And there's a difference, right? I like the game. I don't like the company making the game. I lost respect for them in 2016, and they just haven't won me back, right? Not to say it's forever, but this is not making me come back to Destiny to play the game. I can separate, the player from what their attitude is and stuff like that. Like if you don't like, let's say like Tiger Woods because of his personal life, I could separate that from his golfing career, right? I'll go back and play Destiny 1 because I think Destiny 1 is a complete game and it's a very good game. But I don't like Bungie. I think Bungie, which Bungie won't exist anymore, by the way. Bungie's done. And the Star Wars brand, I think they're lost, right? They're teaming up with Fortnite. They're putting other stuff in other games. I guarantee you they will put the Star Wars stuff inside of Helldivers 2. Guarantee. Even though there's mods out there right now, 100% I see Star Wars coming to Helldivers 2. Aku says, 30, I do wonder if things will change when Sony takes Bungie over. Well, when Sony takes Bungie over, Bungie will no longer exist. I've talked about this in the past, Jones. Would I come back to Destiny 3, they would have to show me what Destiny 3 is. And then Destiny 3 would have to come out, and they would have to show me what their business model is. They would have to show me what they've changed from what they've done in the past. If Sony is just Bungie, but now with the Sony moniker, right? It's the same. It's a sheep and wolf, it's a wolf in sheep's clothes. Maloney says they should just Bungie should just design or lease out their gunplay movement. Argus says, if we left it up to Bungie with none of our feedback, it would have been more zestiny than currently is. Star Wars is trying the hardest to stay relevant with the youth because of all the new content bombed. I get it. I get it, but sometimes, like, what Call of Duty has done to itself before even Microsoft took it over, they lost the identity of Call of Duty. Right? And here's, like, the pinnacle of what's happening with Call of Duty. Everyone thinks Call of Duty is going to bomb this year, and it's still a huge conglomerate. But Call of Duty has lost its identity. Battlefield 6 has lost its identity as well, right? The last decade of Battlefields have not been very good, with Battlefield 5, with Battlefield 2042. Now you have Battlefield 6 coming out. People want it to be good, but at the same time, it's not Battlefield anymore. All of these brands have lost their identity. Fortnite never really had an identity. It was Save the World, but then it made Battle Royale, and then Battle Royale, they started getting all these other IPs and franchises in there, and they're like, yeah, we're just a big marketing advertisement, like billboard, right? That's what Fortnite is. Fortnite is a big billboard. It's a metaverse billboard. That's not what Destiny is. I think Destiny did a really good job here in the video that we watched of the inspiration from the Star Wars stuff. I would have loved a Star Wars game like this. A Star Wars game of this. Not a... Like, for instance, right? Starfield's good, but Starfield Star Wars is better. You see what I'm saying? But Starfield's not marketing Star Wars. Fans made Star Wars inside of Starfield. They didn't go to Lucasfilm and say, hey, would you like to team up? People made a mod inside the thing. And that's different than the company going to them and saying, hey, can we use your stuff and put it in our game? That, to me, is a sellout type of thing, which obviously they're going to do more of because Disney wants to make money. They want to be relevant, like you said, Wolverine. Let's see. When Bungie takes over Sony, new boss with the same old boss. Yeah, it's same, but different, but the same. August says, if we're being honest, the gunplay and how it feels has been hard carrying Destiny for a long fucking time. It's also been have died way before without it. Oh, for sure. For sure. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not shitting on Destiny. I'm just disappointed because they're turning Destiny into Star Wars, which I think Destiny could. I believe that Destiny is a big enough franchise where it didn't need to rely on other franchises. Transformers game, Star Wars, G.I. Joe. Transformers Reactivate, I was looking very forward to it. I was looking very forward to the Warframe Destiny version of Transformers. Or Transformers version of Destiny and Warframe. And it failed. Right? Aku says 30, but lightsabers! Lightsabers! All would be good as a skin Destiny type game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When we first started playing, Maloney, when we first started playing Destiny 1, it was like week 1, I said, man, if this game was Star Wars, Transformers, or Marvel, I would love it. Obviously, I played that game for 4 years for Destiny 1, and I loved Destiny 1. Loved it. It's everything we talked about. It's the reason we started a podcast and stuff like that. Right? But then the company, Bungie, started getting greedy, lying to you, saying stupid shit. And they lost me. Bungie lost me. Destiny didn't lose me. Bungie lost me. Who cut the check for this? Sony or Disney? I would say Sony. I would say Sony teamed up with them. I don't think Disney was like, hey, we would like to team up with you. I don't think so. I think Disney said, hey, anybody that wants to make a Disney or brand, do a branding of deal with us, we'll hear you out. 100%. Disney just opened up the door and everyone else like, hey, Can we use something? We really like to work with you. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just giving you my thoughts. Argus says they don't even call it the lightsaber in the game. They insist on renaming everything with their own Destiny names. It's pretty cringe. See, that's even worse. Isn't that worse? Am I wrong here? I think that's worse, Argus. Because we look at this, and that's a lightsaber. That's not a light sword or whatever they're calling it. That's a lightsaber. Okay? But they're going to pretend that they inspired everything from it, and they're not going to call it a lightsaber. I think that's worse. I think that's worse. Imagine a game feeling amazing, lasting test of time. Take notes, devs. It's the Pradix saber. It's a lightsaber. They'll call it the saber of light. Activision needs to re-release so many of its old titles. Hate that their old superhero games are so pricey now. Oh yeah. It pisses me off that they do that, Mike. I can't stand it. I mean, think about that though. This is why I think that Sony approached Star Wars and not Disney approached them, because Disney wouldn't approach them and say, "Hey, would you like to put Star Wars in your Destiny game? Oh, by the way, you can't call it the lightsaber." Right? So what they said was, and again, this is my speculation, just my speculation, Sony was like, or Bungie was like, "Hey, can we approach Disney? Because they're saying everyone can use their stuff." And Disney's like, "Yeah, sure, you can inspiration from Star Wars, but you're not allowed to use the names that we actually have in here. So you can't call it an AT-AT, you can't call it ATST, you can't call it a lightsaber, you can't call it the X-wing." And they're like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool. We'll just make it look like it, but it won't actually be it." Great. I'm glad. Oh, and by the way, we'll take a 35% of all the DLC from you. Thanks for the licensing fee. Aku says Sony needs to win some ROI from Bungie. You know, Marathon's about to come out, and it's also going to be exciting that they also have a blue-haired feminist with a nose ring. It's the handheld light beam. It's the lightsaber. it's the candy lightsaber. Oh, that's lifesavers. Lifesavers. El Dente says they're going to be called laser swords. Supposedly more Exodus will be shown at Game of the Year awards, but we will see. Argus says it's not Star Wars, Mike. It's all just Star Wars inspired, they said. What a joke of a statement. ATCT, the all-terrain Cabal transport. Is that what it's called? Imagine waiting or wanting something so badly that you're willing to accept it through a property that never cared about you, but offered you what you originally IP never did. Yeah, it's the Laser Club. I don't know. Enjoy your Destiny. Enjoy your less Destiny game, and enjoy your less Star Wars game. Look, I get it. I'm playing Starfield with Star Wars mods. I absolutely love it. I go around as Boba Fett or Mandalorian, and I'm going on missions and stuff. Okay, I will do the exact same thing. Right now, I'm Judge Dredd in Helldivers 2. I am Judge Dredd. Got the helmet, the thing, whatever, right? But this is not there's lore in Helldivers, but they don't give a shit. They're like, yeah, here's Killzone, here's ODST, here's Judge Dredd, here's, right? Inspiration. There's even armor that looks like stormtroopers. Okay? And I guarantee you they're going to team up with inspired Star Wars skins, even though there's a mod right now in Helldivers that you can play Star Wars inside of Helldivers. Bungie has nowhere to go except for beg for fans to come back, and this is the bait. I don't think you're going to have a growing population, Sarge. I think the people that are still playing Destiny, they just want them to come back and play Destiny more. I think there's overlap. I think there's way overlap with Star Wars and Destiny. Again, I think they should have gave their brand a little bit more respect. I don't think Destiny should have Star Wars. I think Destiny could stand on its own. Destiny is a. It's funny because Sony wanted Concord to be the next Star Wars. You don't get to choose that, right? Like, they wanted Concord to be the next Star Wars, but Destiny is Star Wars. Destiny is their Star Wars. They could do so much with the Destiny franchise, and even so much so, like 5-6 years ago, they talked about how they were going to make TV shows and movies and books and all this other stuff with the thing. They could have done that. They still can do that. Sony has a huge opportunity to make. Sony makes good movies, right? They have good movies, right? They have a huge opportunity to make a Dune-esque type of movie, but in the Destiny universe. 100%. They can make the. You just cut me off there? Did they just cut me off there in the stream? Interesting. Interesting. Oh, no. That whole section, Water Bear, was just cut off. That little rant that went on there? Yeah. Yeah, here, look. Check this out. All right, check this out. See that? Oh, did you see that? Oh, did you see that? It dipped and it fixed itself. There was a giant dip that happened here, and it just fixed itself. Hold up a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I gotta rewind my stream for a second because I monitor my stream. Hold on a second. Yeah? Go back and look at this. 143. Bro, they cut off. They cut off what I said. Holy shit. There is 10 seconds missing. All I was saying, Jones, was that Sony has such a good brand with Destiny that they could make the Destiny, like Concord's Concord, right? And they wanted Concord to be Star Wars, right? Meanwhile, Sony has Destiny, which is a Star Wars type of franchise, and they could do whatever they want with that franchise. They could put a movie out and be the Star Wars that they wanted. It's a proven franchise. It's been around for 11 years, sold multi-millions, okay, of stuff. Did it just cut me off again? Hold on a second. Yeah, fully checked, cut off. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Mike stepping on the right toes today. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I shit you not. The meter did this and then went boom, straight down, cut me off. And then when I moved it over to show you guys, it fixed itself. But when you go back and look, at it, here. Destiny more. I think there's overlap. I think there's way overlap with Star Wars and Destiny. Again, I think they should have given the brand a little bit more respect. I don't think Destiny should have Star Wars. I think Destiny could stand on its own. Destiny is a. It's funny because Sony wanted Concord to be the next Star Wars. You don't get to choose that, right? Like they wanted Concord to be the next Star Wars, but Destiny is Star Wars. Destiny is their Star Wars. They could do so much with the Destiny franchise, and so much so like 5-6 years ago they talked about how they were going to make TV shows and movies and books and all this other stuff with the thing. They could have done that. They still can do that. Sony has a huge opportunity to make. Sony makes good movies, right? They have good movies, right? They have a huge opportunity to make a Dune-esque type of movie, but in the Destiny universe. 100%. They can make this. Do you see that? Do you see that? 100%. They can make this. What happened? What happened there? I fucking see you. I see you. Swear to God. All right, let me see what you guys are saying up here. As I'm going crazy live on stream. Yeah, I'm glitching. Yeah, I'm AI. It's like you got hit. Yeah, I got hit with. They're like, cut him off. He's talking about us. What happened? What's happening? Let's check out what's happening on YouTube right now. Let's scroll down here on YouTube. Yeah, Nintendo heard me. Helldivers 2 won't be getting Fortnite victory royales for the democracy anytime soon, but Arrowhead certainly isn't shelving the idea entirely. I'm sorry. What is this? What is this? Helldivers 2 won't be getting Fortnite victory royales for the democracy anytime soon. I'm sorry, did Tim the Tatman want a battle royale in Helldivers? What's happening here? If it exists, you best know Epic Games is probably going to get their hands on it and churn out $1,200 V-Buck skins for the pleasure of feral Fortnite fans. Something that seemingly won't be snagging anytime soon. However, Helldivers 2 collaboration... Oh, okay. Okay. They want Helldivers skins inside of Fortnite. All right, that's not really a story. That's fine. I mean, Fortnite is Fortnite. It could literally grab anybody. You guys saw it, right? They put Beavis and Butthead in Fortnite. Beavis and Butthead was in Call of Duty, and now Beavis and Butthead is in Fortnite, which then just proves my point that Call of Duty is Fortnite for adults, right? is Fortnite for adults. What else is happening here? Let's see. Crowd says the original concept for Destiny was like, what if we combine Halo with Star Wars? You get Destiny. Renegades was almost inevitable. You say that like it was just fact, but it's 11 years later and a whole shit ton of problems to get to this point. Right, House? You understand that, right? I understand what you're saying. And we can look at it and go, well, yeah, Destiny is like Star Wars, and it is. So it was inevitable to happen. Was it? Was it? Destiny 1 was a pretty good far away from what Destiny 2 was, and what Destiny 2 turned into to what it is today, I'm assuming, is nothing like it was before, especially since Destiny 1 wasn't even the game they originally pitched, and they had to change it 13 months before they made it. So to say that it was combined with Halo and Star Wars and Destiny Renegades was almost inevitable, I think that's really far-fetched. Arkin says, I can confirm that Beavis and Butthead are in fact in Fortnite. I said almost. All right. I still think it's far-fetched to think that where Destiny is today was inevitable. Almost inevitable. Destiny 1 was completely different what Destiny 2 is. And Destiny 1 itself is completely different than what they pitched what Destiny 1 was supposed to be. I think it's, I'll be honest with you, I think it's fucking stupid that Disney didn't make a Destiny this entire time, 11 years into the cycle. Right? Ghost of Yote developer jokes that GTA 6 delays sparked a studio-wide celebration. Oh, for sure. It might be a joke, but I think that's true. I think that's not only for Yote. I think that's for every freaking game that was supposed to come out this year that GTA got delayed, and they're like, oh my God, thank God we get to make sales this year. Mo says, mind you know what fucked up is Joseph Staten's story in Destiny got stripped and story Halo Infinite got stripped. Just imagine what we could do and did with both games. Yeah, hindsight's 2020. You know, it is what it is. Imagine what Marvel's Avengers could have been if they just made a game and sold the game. Imagine what all these other games could have been if they just did what they were supposed to do instead of chasing trends. Jones says, I want to play the original D1 story as pitched. Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know what this is, but it says Call of Duty Black Ops 7 skin situation keeps getting more confusing. Didn't they say they wanted to keep it grounded within the world? And you saw like the robot and the stuff, and now you have like, what is this? Like zombie grunge? Like what's happening here? Keeps getting more confusing. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 skin situation keeps getting more confusing. Also, Borderlands 4 is doing a beer-based giveaway. Okay. Let's see. Treyarch changes its plans with some Black Ops 6 skins again. The Call of Duty wacky cosmetic saga continues last month following a large online backlash against ugly crossover skins, the serious competition for Battlefield 6 popular and grounded beta. Activision and Treyarch announced a Blops 6 skins won't carry over to Black Ops 7. The idea was given to the upcoming sequel a fresh start, not having people running around in Stan Smith's from American Dad on day one. A lot of people like this change, but not everyone was happy with the skins. They worked hard. Worked hard for what? You worked your job, and then you got paid, and you paid for cosmetic skins to put in the game. You didn't work hard in the game to get it. Okay? Would also be moving forward. So, yeah, Treyarch is making some more changes. Heads up, zombie players, any of the 4 main quest operator skin rewards earned in Black Ops 6 will be available in Black Ops 7 at launch. It's so fucking confusing. What are we doing, Microsoft? What are we doing, Activision? Is or isn't the skins in the game? You're only putting some skins in the game where the other skins are not in the game? What are we doing? Okay, so, and for truly dedicated a new order prestige level, 1,000 operating skin rewards will also be available for Samuels on day one. That's not all. The Guild Override camo is joining the Zombies main quest reward and New Orders operator skins and will be available at launch at Black Ops 7 for those who are digital pre-order. On September 10th, Treyarch announced the social media some zombie-related skins would now carry over. So, skins were going to carry over, and then they said none of the skins were carrying over. They said we're going to keep it grounded. Now, you're saying that the Black Ops 6 zombie skins are now, that were earnable, are now able to also move over. So you could, you couldn't, now some. Operator skins rewards earned by completing main quest and the New Orders prestige level 1,000 cosmetic items. So no, it doesn't seem like all the wacky crossover skins from last year will be showing up in Black Ops 7, but who knows? Treyarch and Activision are changing things up so fast right now in the few weeks that this might also all be out the window. It's almost like Activision's a bit nervous about how much of a bite Battlefield 6 might take out of the holiday season. I don't think they're doing this because of Battlefield 6. They did this in the past. I think they showed that they're like, hey, all the stuff's coming over, and they thought that people were going to pre-order and buy the game, and they didn't. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we're not doing that. And they're like, oh, shit, pre-order sales went down. They went, oh, by the way, we're going to let you bring these skins over, but not these skins. So stupid. So confusing. Like, get on the page, would you? Like, what are you doing, Activision? So dumb. You can bring this over, you can't bring this over. You can bring that over, but not this one. You can bring this over, but not this. This is happening here. All this stuff's coming over. None of that stuff's coming over. Just stop buying it. Just stop buying it. Watch how fast things change when you don't buy their product. It's super simple. You want to fix it? Don't buy it. It's the easiest. You don't need to file petitions or anything like that. You just don't buy the game. You don't buy their content, the DLCs, the cosmetics. You buy nothing. You want it to change, buy nothing. It changes so fast. There's no Killing Games initiative. There's nothing. You just, game comes out, no one buys it, they change their name. They change the game, they change the name, they change the skins, they change the price. They're like, oh my God, we're giving it away free this weekend. We're bringing all the skins over. Just don't buy it. It's that simple. It's that simple. We need you to sign this petition. We need you to do this. We need you to get an initiative. We need you to boycott it. No, just don't buy it. Don't pre-order. Don't buy day one. Don't buy week one. Don't buy month one. Watch how fast they change their plan. You don't want to pay $100 for skins? You don't want to pay $100 for video games? Don't buy it. But I can't. I need the games. I have nothing to play of my 19,000 backlog games. What time is it? 12:07? All right. That's going to do it for us this morning for the Daily Grind. We'll be back in about 40 minutes or so. 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Played some more Helldivers with Mr. Luke this afternoon. If you guys want to come by, come over to 30 and Still Gaming. Appreciate it very much. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as low as $5. If you'd like to go above that, you can go check out our music that's playing in the background. You can go over to our Spotify, iHeart, Apple Music, wherever you can listen to podcasts or music, you can listen to our album, Perk Up, Press Play. There's also singles out there as well, like Always Online or Nothing Means Anything Anymore. Go check out all the songs. They're good. I think they're radio worthy. They're fun, and if you're like video games, you follow us, you'll understand what's going on with the lyrics. So I appreciate it very much. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Sunshine, rise and shine. The Daily Grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump in the chat, let's have some fun. From pixels small to stories grand, we bring the magic to your hand. We're nitty tune daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the Daily Grind, your morning fix. Controller ready, headset too, we've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming all the ways. Controller ready, headset too, we've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming all the ways. Laughs and news, our winning blend, the show with you, our dearest friend. Comments rolling, chats alive, the Daily Grind, 5-star vibe. Tune in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the Daily Grind, your morning fix. Good morning, sunshine, rise and shine. The Daily Grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump